Hi everybody, welcome to our digital kennel, GermanShepherdMan.com, and we're going to talk about a tip that I got from one of the people that bought my puppy training system, and this was great for his application. I'm just going to give you a quick go-over of what he told me that they did, because when you get my puppy training system, it's a system. It's not okay, here's how you teach sit, here's how you teach down, here's how you do this. It's not like that. It's a system, and it works together. And when you get it in your mind, you're like, wow, I get it. I mean, I could teach my dog to turn on and off the lights, or take clothes out of a dryer and put them in a basket. I mean, you could literally do that once you get the system internalized. And his property, Etul, he lives in the central part of the country, and he got the puppy training system, got one of my puppies too, and he said, German Shepherd Man, I want to tell you what we did. His property is adjacent to wooded areas, kind of like mine, okay? And he said, there are trails all through the wooded areas. He said, we like to go on the trails. They named their puppy Benji. So we like to do that. But, you know, a squirrel or whatever, a limb falling from a tree would get his attention and he might get away from us. So we used your teaching on the long line, and it has worked fantastic. Here's what I'm talking about. This is a long line. A lot of different words for it, but it's basically, this one is a 30-foot leash. I mean, it's just a long leash, long lead, long line, whatever. And you just hook this up on the baby, on your dog. And another follower years ago told me, tie knots in it. And that way, if the dog does see something and bolt off, and they pull this, you'll have a knot to hang on to. And I've had one do that before, and it's like, shoo. The whole thing can get out of your hand. But anyway, get one of these long leads. And he hooked the baby up to it, and they went into the trails, into the wooded areas. And when the dog would alert and try to go somewhere, they still had control. And he said what we did was we wanted him to alert so that it would enhance the right here command. The right here command is my go-to command, where I want my dogs to come do a circle and sit right here beside me, facing whatever it is that distracted them, because they like to do that. I mean, you can tell them to come sit in front of you looking at you. That's great. But if there's a distraction, they would much rather sit here so they could be eyes front and be engaged with whatever the distraction was. They just like to do that. So this is right here is my go-to command. And this really gave them a lot of control when they were walking their puppy through wooded trails. And I just thought I'd share that quick video with you. You ought to get one of these things if you're having the same type application that could apply to you and your dog, especially a puppy. And you don't have to have wooded trails. This is a great tool. I do a little chapter on this in my puppy training system about how to use these things. These are very handy. And if you don't have my puppy training system, and you need it, you need to get it. It's real important. It'll help you a lot in a lot of ways, things you never thought of. I mean, 47 years ago, I got my very first German Shepherd, and I picked up a few things along the way. You know what I mean? So get the puppy training system. It's in the description box below here on YouTube. And if you're watching this video on Facebook, the link is above. Thank all of you from all of us, GermanShepherdMan.com.